And welcome back. Well, by looking at these flowers, can you tell if they're annuals or perennials? Probably not. Should they grow in the sun or the shade? You need to know. Or what if your flower bed has shade in the morning but sun in the afternoon? Today, the experts from Bluemel's Garden and Landscape Centers have all the answers to the most commonly asked garden and landscape questions. We've got John Lewandowski and Mike Bluemel. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Good morning, Tiffany.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. This is great. So let's first talk about the annuals and perennials, because I think everybody hears these terms. You feel like you should know what's what, but they don't. So what's the difference between the two?
Well, annuals are plants that you have to plant every year. They're not going to survive the winter. So think of annually, planting them every year. Perennials are the plants that keep on giving. They come back year after year. A good way to tell if it's an annual or a perennial is based on the zone that's on the label. So if it says, like Southeast Wisconsin is a zone 5, anything higher than a zone 5, a zone 6, 7, 8, 9, that's an annual here.
Because they probably need more sun than we can provide.
Well, they need warmer temperatures.
Oh,
gotcha.
Gotcha.
Winter temperatures. So
that's so great, because oftentimes, and I think a lot of people do this, you flip them around. You think annuals should come back annually, but it's the opposite. Annuals don't come back annually. You have to replant them every year.
Yep.
So when we're coming down to gardens, because people have been kind of getting excited about this year, you know, because it's finally the frosts are starting to go away. What are some of the key elements that make our gardens successful? What do we need to do to make sure that it's blooming and beautiful like this?
Well, certainly, you know, one of the main problems we have with customers is that they always forget about the soil part.
Yes.
You can get great plants, you can do all that, but unless the base of what you're planting is good, you know, it doesn't do much good to get good plants.
So it's not enough just to till it each year. You need to maybe sometimes add soil?
Well, you can till it, but over the years, especially if you're gardening there every year, the soil gets depleted of nutrients. So you always want to replenish the soil. More often than not, we see customers come in and spend hundreds of dollars on plants, and then they don't even think twice about the soil that they're planting it into. And so the plants won't perform as well because the quality of soil was poor. So then they attribute it to either the plants weren't great,
or their gardening thumb, right?
And we hear that all the time. Well, I don't have a green thumb.
Right.
Most of the problems that I see that persist with plants, especially especially annuals, but even perennials, is soil quality.
I bet a lot of people buy all the food, the food for the plants and the growers and things like that. And you're not thinking about the ground. The ground is what matters so much.
It's very important.
So what kind of soil do we need when someone comes in and they want their garden to be beautiful? They want to look like they've got a green thumb.
Yeah.
What should they be looking for? Are there certain types of soil that work best here?
Yes, it's funny because, and Mike will attest to this, you get customers that come in here and go, I need dirt.
Yeah.
You know?
I just need more of it, right?
And dirt, the word dirt at Bluemel's is like using a swear word. I mean, it really is. It's horrible. Dirt is so important.
It's a 4-letter word, right?
Yeah, so, we offer several different mixes in bags and in bulk. And what you want is a good light soil, rich with organic compost.
The one we're showing is Purple Cow is something that we really rep in this area. It's made in Wisconsin. It's an organic material. The main thing you want to do is amend the soil with a really good product. It's not just a matter of, I got dirt in the backyard, it's going to be good. You know, there's a lot of things that happen in the soil over time that you're planting. If the same thing gets planted year after year, it takes the same nutrients out of the soil. So it's always best to replenish with an organic soil of some type.
So how much soil or mulch do you need? Because those are things that matter, right? You don't need to replace all of it. You need to supplement, right?
No. Well, it really depends, too. If this is your first go at it and you've never planted in a certain area, then you're really going to want to replenish it. If you've been planting year after year and you fertilize or whatever, what you can do and what we recommend is to just top dress your beds with some rich organic compost. And that's kind of nature's fertilizer.
Right.
You know, a lot of synthetic fertilizers, I can't talk today, fertilizers that are out there leach through the soil, and they leave behind a calcium deposit. So if you use organic material, natural material, that lives in the soil, and it adds a lot of bioactivity, beneficial insects, fungus.
Plants love real stuff. We're pretty much out of time, but I want to make sure if you can answer this one quickly. How often do you need to water? Does that depend on the plant?
Depends on the plant, depends on the weather.
Okay.
But I will say this, it's better to water very heavily, but very infrequently than water every day very shallow.
Good
you want
to know.
A nice, good drench. Because if you water shallow, Tiffany, the roots get real lazy and they just sit there and drink the water from the surface and they don't spread out looking for
and grow.
Yeah, so.
Well, here's the deal. You guys are the experts, and people can come to you. They can get these $1 Bluemel bucks. So you can get these bucks that are out here. You can get $1 in Bluemel bucks for every $10 you spend. Those can be used on any retail item in the garden center. So you get money back just for going in and spending money. It's this great thing. And you also have free gardening classes throughout the entire season. So if you don't retain anything that they just said, go in and get it personalized for you and your garden at Bluemel's. They're right on West Loomis Road in Greenfield. The phone number to call on your screen if you want to check on those gardening classes is there, and bluemels.com is the website. But you got to go in, see everything, smell everything, check it out, learn what's right for your space, shade, sun, all of those things. They'll answer for you. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.